All right. It's that time. It's time for Beyond Sight and Sound. Let's do this.
Hey boys and girls, we are going to talk about S&W shooters and prospectors. What is S&W shooters and prospectors?
We at S&W Shooters and Prospectors help people find treasure.
Did you say treasure?
Yes, treasure. Just listen to this amazing review from our happy customer, Jackie Sparrow.
Chocolate ship-shape and a pleasure to deal with. I was able to buy everything that I needed at prices that were shillings less than others. I found my 9 pieces of meat in no time. Savvy?
I know you're asking yourself, why should I shop at S&W Shooter and Prospectors?
Chuck Smalley has over 45 years of metal detecting experience. He works with each customer one-on-one to customize their setup to match their skill level.
So if you always dreamt of being a pirate, contact Chuck at S&W Shooters and Prospectors and he'll take a great deal for you.
Eye-patch and rum not included.
Caution. Please do not operate motor vehicles or power equipment while under the influence of this show. Listening to this show could cause side effects such as bouts of laughter, violent binges of cabin fever, and even dreams of silver and gold. Please be advised. Now that the fine print is out of the way, on with the show.
Good grief, we're back. Oh, it was something else. That's all I can say is, I mean, if you saw the size of this tech gremlin that I was dealing with in a mad rush, then you'd understand. But we're glad that everybody hung in there, definitely. And let's get Chuck in here before he falls asleep on us, too.
I sent Josh a message. I said, I'm here. And all of a sudden he realized that time flew. And then he had I don't know what happened, buddy. You crashed and had to restart, reboot.
Yeah, I mean, I was stepping and fetching, let me tell you. And I don't know what the deal was. The show system did not want to be woken up and it wasn't wanting to cooperate. I was having to restart, and I had the studio set, I had the room open and all of that so everybody could get into the chat, but we couldn't get to it because I couldn't get to it to get you in.
Yeah. Oh.
But I mean, we were only 10 minutes late. I'm sure everybody was going, man, what gives? You know, Sunday.
There, that's a little better. There we go. We made it. We're here. We're live.
Yeah.
Threw in there, it looks like. I see Scott McClory, Dennis, Bortners, Barb made it in. She's got some storms in her area. Hell, this sucks. Oh, Bill Hayes is on Relics Radio at the same time. Oh, well.
Yeah.
And we got announcements on CIS coming up here a little later. We got some neat stuff coming down the pipe for you guys that swing into summer.
Yep.
And, if you happen to notice, there's a patch on Josh's. I think he put that up on the site.
That we did drop a link tonight, and that is with the post.
Yep. Mr. Gary Penta announced he's coming to CIS.
Yeah.
There'll be his collectibles there. KG and Ringy, Debbie Smakowski, Rob Rizzo, myself, Josh Kimmel, Delek and Mark Delek Gallané and Mark Tominski.
Delek Gagnule.
Delek, yeah, I get it all messed. I even say Nakaran. It's supposed to be Nutka. So we try, and
well, you know, when you're a multi-line dealer like Shooters and Prospectors, sometimes it's hard to keep all these names straight. There's a lot of brands out there, a lot of models.
I got a shipment of more detectors in for the hunt. So the numbers are rising in that, guys. They'll be raffled on a couple, and the rest will be prizes. So,
yeah,
okay, we got a lot of detectors to give out. There'll be silver dollars in the ground. There may be some gold raffled off. There might even be a token or two for some other great things in the ground out there. They're working on it.
Yeah.
We got a lot going on. And again, I reiterate, KG and Ringy will be there.
Yes, good point. Because somebody had mentioned to me that they thought they had seen somewhere that Mark Hoover and Gary Penta were not going to be at Swing Into Summer, and neither was Ringy and KG. And I'm going, what in the world are you talking about? Because let me tell you, I can tell you KG and Ringy will be there. Ringy designed the flyer.
Yeah. And, you know,
and Gary designed the patch.
So they're rolling in. I think maybe Morgan will be with Dad. And she may have some artwork to bring and set up that she does if you follow her at all. And KG, the little girl, is a heck of an artist, and she does some of the best outdoor stuff that you can imagine. And a friend of mine just commissioned her to do a picture of a big buck that he harvested, and that'll hang with his head, the mount. She does fantastic work. So I'm hoping she can be up there with a couple pieces of her artwork, and it'll be a good time. But we got and remember, folks, bring your rain gear. It's rain or shine. Illinois, fast it comes.
Well, I'll have my frog tog with me, and does she do the artwork? But she can probably hunt and fish her way around most of the people in the chat.
She was out hunting with the Vortec. And I saw a picture of what she found wild out in that area. She went up to an area they said was older. She popped a 2-cent piece. She had buffalo nickels that were off the deep. Couple coins that had been in a long time that were rough.
Wow. That is something else.
Hello.
Definitely.
So, but it was a great day. The hunt started out a little cool in the morning, and there had been a run on the local stores for sweatshirts. People were looking for warmer clothes. The wind was a bit brisk, and it was cool, but it cleared off. And
it was
a nice day.
Oh, it was. I'm telling you, it was like that here too. And
right.
Oh boy, I woke up and I'm going, what in the world? Mother Nature, knock it off.
So it was a good weekend. A lot of great things were found. I was busy from the time I walked in there till about 12:30 when they were having lunch. I still couldn't get away, and a couple guys brought me a hot dog and some mac and cheese, and I snagged a piece of peach cobbler and got something to eat, and I stayed right busy, and I finally they went into the drawings after lunch, and we drew for everything, and I broke down at that point, and we packed up, and I was a whoop pup, and I just kind of headed home. I could have went out to dinner, but I was fortunate the night before that KG and Morgan, Mark, his wife, and Gary Penna got with Jill and I, and we all went to dinner out in Davenport. Had a great time.
Oh, very nice.
That was fun. Yeah, we had a good time. And Mark's wife, she won the Nugget.
Wow.
Yes, she did. And
Now
Mark
that is cool.
also got one of the nice silver dollars. Lucky Ed Olson won one. He won one of the best in the crowd. That thing, as far as I'm concerned, no, it's not a rare date, but the quality of that coin should.
But it is a quality piece.
That thing's going to hit 64, I'll guarantee you.
And I guess it shouldn't surprise me that Ed Olson walked away with something.
Oh, Ed, that was tickled. Yeah.
I'll bet he was. Those were some nice Morgans.
Everybody, we were able to give a donation to the
Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation.
They've changed that name, but anyway, they've done that. And my guys at the station for Cordova Cares, we feed a lot of kids this summer lunch times that they wouldn't get unless they're at school, because mom and dad are either both working or they're just maybe get a little breakfast and a supper. That's it. So we last year put out 1,865 meals, and that's the fire department, the fire district, library, the city. Yeah, well, and that's 5 weeks worth.
It truly does take a village sometimes.
Yes, it does. Okay, Barb, we'll hold you to making us a picture. That sounds great, kiddo, to donate.
Ah.
Yeah. And everything went real smooth, and they had a great hunt. Boy, I'll tell you what, the Girl Scout camp there is gorgeous and very, very, very nice. Very nice.
Right.
Large area, good pond. Some of the guys were fishing up there that night before the hunt, and they had a blast. They were nailing some nice bass out of their pond.
Okay, now I gotta know, where was Frankie?
Frankie wasn't there the night before, so he just motored in and motored out with me.
What? He didn't fish?
And Rich Kruckmeyer helped me a bit and that kind of stuff, hung with us in the booth and covered it when I was getting pulled in every direction you can imagine. And it was busy and it was good. And a lot of people picked up a lot of things that they couldn't find anywhere else. I had one lady actually lose in the back end of the Naka pinpointer is the little trumpet, which fits into the speaker and comes out the back. She lost that. I gave her the one out of mine to use during the day. She returned it. I've got one coming. I was able to find one for her that doesn't even have a part number.
Wow.
So it's on the way. I hope it's the right thing. At least distribution thought it was.
I wonder how she managed to lose it.
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, because I get it. You got to take it out to gain access to the charging port. But then, like for me, when I'm charging the AccuPoint, I'll take that out to access the charging port, and I'll leave the trumpet and the end cap laying right there with the pinpointer while it's charging. Right. And then when it's done charging, unplug it, put the trumpet back in, put the end cap back on, good to go.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It happened.
Huh. Well, and I tell you, you made it back Sunday and might have even been able to do a show, but Sunday I was nowhere around then.
Yep.
So, which thankfully I've remedied that situation. I mean, we were out late. We were out late enough that it was no longer safe to move the trailer or anything like that. We were running around with flashlights trying to get things picked up. And the next day, I had probably a cord or a cord plus brought in. So
Right.
I'm setting good there. And I see that normally we already mentioned this, but we got kind of a late start. But Dennis has got in the chat that gold was $3,338.50.
I did make a little climb. I saw that.
Yeah, and silver is 33.69 minutes before we were live.
Yep. So it's hanging in there tough. So, but the stocks are back up, and that's good. So, but you know, anyway, the other part of the hunt run by Alan and John looked like it was as busy as could be, and they made the announcements at the first, second, third, and fourth place, and there were a lot of happy detectorists there. And you know, I didn't be involved in it. I mean, literally, from the time I set foot in there till right before the drawings, it was busy. I mean, I had half a dozen pinpointers. Always take pinpointers. Somebody
questions about this and that. I need this. Do you have that?
Well, I even sold 2 detectors. I mean, it was crazy. And I sold out of pinpointers except for one Profine 40. I had 6-inch coil, 15-inch coil, and a 10-inch coil, Manicore, and Equinox. They went. I mean, hand tools, shovels, you name it. And then the raffles. It was good. It was a good day, and that helps me donate, and we do a lot of that. So good time.
You do what you do.
I think Alan's still in the house. Why don't you send him a link and he can talk about who won what where?
Alan's still in the house. I haven't even.
Yeah,
I haven't.
Alan, let us know if you're alive. I'll call you.
Earth to Alan.
Yeah, there you go.
Earth to Alan. And I don't.
Where are you?
Oh, there he is.
Oh, you are here. Did we wake you?
Yes. Did we interrupt your catnap?
I'm ready for one of those. It's been busy.
Right? It's a wonder I wasn't taking one.
So we want to send you a link. You can talk about your ID me, and you're going to do one at CIS. So they had a blast. Everybody had a blast doing that. I got to see it. It was, you know, out front when I could see team after team going through there. But after that, it was a blur. You were busy. I was busy. Mark and Gary were busy. They had the booth set up on a DTH thing, selling tickets for the raffle. They had some great stuff. They really did. It was a good weekend, and it went, I think, rather smoothly. I didn't see a lot of hitching to giddy ups at all. So yeah, kudos to everybody.
Right.
I hope I can roll along and keep going like we did there, and at CIS. They're getting things lined up and they're working hard at it, and after today it was their baby, because like I said, I got more detectors that rolled in for them and things like that, so it'll be good. And we got some quality stuff in there too.
Oh yeah, and we've even got more announcements coming.
And that'll be down the line a little. But Mr. Gary Penna will be on site. We're tickled that he's coming. And that's very cool. That's very cool, Gary.
Yeah, absolutely. And since I had spoke to you earlier and found out that Gary was in fact making it, he will be dropping in some evening on the show here with us for a few minutes just to kind of talk about the patch and let people know that he will be in attendance.
Yes. So, hey, Barb, you know what? I walked the grounds for 1 hour after I packed everything up, I stayed an hour, detected a little bit, got a few things. Every hole that where I saw digs were all closed up. I did not find a hole anywhere. So they did good. Hello, Pelon. How you doing, buddy?
Old Pelon.
Yeah.
And as long as Alan didn't return to his catnap or anything, I did email him a link.
There you go. There you
that
go.
way, if he wants to chime in on how the ID Me hunt went and all of that, he can join right in with us.
That's
Never
right.
mind. He knows that I've sent him a link because he's already here. Let's see what we can do here to move things around and make some room for the man.
There you go.
Hi, guys.
There he is.
Well, there is the man.
I haven't seen you for a couple days.
Yeah, really. That was a very busy day.
Yes, it was. It was crazy busy.
And I even helped him sell one of the AccuPoints.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, he did. He come over, guy. He took the last. I think he was the last one to get one.
That was the last one you had.
Later, and I told him I had one more AccuPoint at the shop. They bought an Equinox 800. They drove over and picked it up. But he said he really wanted to get a Garrett. And I said, okay. So they ordered a Garrett. I got a Garrett coming in for him. But other than that, yeah, it was busy day.
Well, and actually, the last show that the three of us were talking about the AccuPoints, I do believe we sold one for him that night too.
Yes, you did. So I'm very impressed with them. They are a good pinpointer.
I'll tell you what, in my mind,
They
that's
are
the best one out there right now.
I think so.
And the loudest.
Well, you can hear them. And the double headlight and the other features and the discrimination on them and the screen. And I mean, I've really worked that screen over in the dirt net, and it stayed in decent shape all the way through.
What I like the most is the Ferris noise.
Yep.
So you know when
Ferris target ID.
Find a target and you hit your pinpointer in, and it's you got friends in there. And then it gives you the Ferris noise. You know not to mess with it and don't take the time.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, it's a good one.
Oh, I think so too.
Yep, and you've still got the adjustable sensitivity, the selectable audio or vibrate, rechargeable, waterproof.
Oh, it's got everything, I think.
Yep.
And
I
the
was
ratchet
a diehard
pinpointing.
Garrett guy for 10 years.
I tell people
Me
you
too.
pay about $10-15 more than the others, but what you get out of it, number one, is fully rechargeable. No more battery problems.
Yeah, that $10 or $15 you pay extra up front, you reap the benefits in the first season.
Right.
Oh, I think so.
Yep. Emery likes his, he says. Yep. Well, anyway, ID Me went well. How many teams did you have go through?
We had 13 teams.
Okay.
Nice.
We had others saying, no, I don't want to get involved in that. I don't think I could do well in it. And
who said that?
Oh, a bunch of people.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
But then again, when we said to them, all you got to do is not overthink it and don't push yourself, and you'll be shocked how well you do. The team that took second place, they even said, oh, when they came off the field, they go, oh, we did horrible. They took second place.
Famous last words, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Mark was ecstatic from everything he heard. Mark Tominski. I guess a bunch of people emailed him. He wasn't telling us who or what, but he said a lot of people told him a lot of great things about it.
Well, feedback speaks volumes, and if he's telling you a lot of great people had a lot of great things to say about it, I guess that's really all you need to know. It's working.
Yes. And he wants to push it on to a lot of other hunts. He wants to take it bigger.
There you go.
And I was on the phone with him today for about an hour.
Nice.
There you go.
But yeah, no, it went real smooth. I think at one point we actually had like 10 teams on the field at the same time.
Yeah, it was crowded out there. I noticed that a couple times. And then when they got done, they all run over and hang out. I'd ask them questions, what do you think? I did terrible. I don't know what I wrote down. Wow. I said, you don't know till it's over.
Yeah. And actually, from the top to the bottom, the point spread wasn't that far apart.
So just really like last year, it was a pretty close call.
Yeah, last year was 6.5 points from last to first.
Mm-hmm.
And this year might have been a touch. No, it was less than that.
Wow.
Last to first was probably about 5 points this year.
Excuse me.
Now that I think about it.
It sounds like maybe people are starting to listen and take the advice of not overthinking it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, that's the easiest way to get by in it. It can be tricky. Remember, a lot of things when you're digging have to come up with the same VDI numbers.
That's right.
The ones that are the better targets are going to be a stronger signal. It's going to sound better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was going to say they can come up with the same VDIs, but the audio will be different.
And what I did was, what it is, some of the holes will have one target, some will have two, some will have three. And the one I had, when we had three, I didn't stack anything to try and confuse people, like junk on top of a quarter or something like that. I would take them and put one in one corner of the hole, the next in the far corner, and the other one in the other corner, so you could actually separate all the targets.
Oh, so almost kind of like mimicking a pocket spill.
Yeah, so and I was trying to make it easier for everybody.
So real field experience really does play a part in this.
Oh, yeah. And everything. And once we started telling people, well, if you've been detecting a while, you have found everything that's in those targets, literally.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had 4 tiebreakers because I knew we'd have more teams. So we put in 2 extra tiebreakers.
Did you have to use the tiebreaker on second place or something?
Second to third place needed the tiebreaker.
There you go.
Oh, wow. So the tiebreaker comes into play.
Emery came together. You and the Barclays put a team together and do it at CIS.
Yep. Mark's Detecting Bits team.
Yep.
Well, I'll tell you that we had some last fall when we did it. We had some guys that have been detecting a long, long time.
Right.
And I don't want to say names because I don't want them to get upset with me, but they finished 4th.
Mm-hmm.
And was scared of them.
And I believe you said last year the team that won,
yes,
had like 6 to 9 months of experience.
Yeah, one had 6 months, 2 had 8 months.
How did that correlate to this year's first place?
One of the first place, one of them was a beginner, and there were a few other beginners that were out there, and they did fairly well. We had 2 or 3 people that were in the first hunt last fall, including one from the first place team. And they said, oh, God, we did horrible. Absolutely horrible. We'll be lucky if we didn't finish last. And they took 4th.
Wow. Well,
and
just goes to show you never know.
They fill out their score sheets. I make them, have them take their score sheet off the clipboard. And then I tell them to fold back the names, because on the top are the names of the 3 people on the team. And I said, fold that backwards because I don't want to see the names, because I don't want to have anybody saying.
We're blind judging.
Yeah, it's all in the blind, the judging. So nobody thinks there's preferential treatment.
Right, no favoritism.
Yes. And that's the first thing that I tell them.
That's a good way to do it. I like it.
I think we try to cover everything.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys try to keep it as absolutely consistently fair as possible, clear across the board.
We definitely try to.
And that's a good thing.
And then I had to rush to get it all the sheets scored right away because they went right from the open hunt into lunch and then into the raffle. So we had to have it ready before the raffles to announce the winners.
Wow.
So we had to have everybody off the field quick and then have all the sheets scored to be able to announce it fast.
Right.
So we fit it into the schedule, not to take away from the seeded hunt.
And I guess this is a good question too. Out of the 13 teams, were these people that came and registered together, or were any of these teams formed at the hunt?
There were about 4 teams, I think, that came as pure teams. And then the rest were pieced together at the hunt. Like there were 2s and then there were 1s. And what we were doing when we had 1s, we'd get it with other 1s and then call them in and bring them together and then baking the teams.
Nice. And out of the 4 teams that won, were any of the teams that had been meshed together at the hunt?
Oh, yes. I think 3 of the top 4 were pieced together.
Oh, that's awesome. So it just goes to show people that are attending Swing Into Summer, if they don't have a team, it doesn't necessarily hurt their odds if they get placed together with other people.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. And one was from our group in Chicago, and he goes, "No, I'm not doing the team hunt." And I talked them into it and saying, "Hey, you have to. We got 2 people right here, and they need a 3rd."
You reeled him right in.
Oh yeah, and the girl on that team said, "Oh, I'm not good at this," and then he said, "Well, I haven't picked up the detector but 3 times this year," but he found 3 gold coins last year. He's very
it's very a tough life.
And they took second. They came off the field saying they did horrible, and they took second and got the AccuPoint pinpointers.
Well, hey, they got a heck of a prize. That more than covered the registration fee.
Oh, even 4th place came away with more than the registration.
Yes, absolutely.
And tell people what it costs to register, will you, Alan?
I'm sorry?
Tell people what it costs to register.
To register, it's $20 per person. The prizes, first place was a triple score metal detector, which is what, $5.99?
Yep.
Okay. Second place was the AccuPoint pinpointer, which I believe is $149,
$59,
$139 on special, maybe something like that. Third place was their metal shovel, but their shovel is one that can come down to being very small.
The adjustable long handle.
Stainless.
The travel one.
Yep. It's a great.
4th place was a hand digger and a pouch. And the hand digger costs more than the $20.
Yeah.
So
they
all came out better than what their entrance fee was.
So 12 people out of the, what, you have 36 or whatever it works out to.
13 times 3, what is 49?
49. So 12 of them won something.
Yeah.
That's pretty good odds.
Yeah.
And, come on to SIS, and these guys, actually, I had them signed up, and then Casey came in afterwards with a back idea and got them guys there, and it worked. So we want you to follow it and do it at SIS, and it'll be set up there. We'll give them a good spot to do it, and we'll have some fun. And then along with that, over at the Mind Lab booth, they'll have gold painting contest. Doesn't take long. You go in there, she'll tell you how to do it, and try to set the time.
Oh, that'll be I've seen that contest. That'll be fun.
In fact, 2 years ago, I set, what was it, 51 seconds or something like that. I was still early enough. They put me in there, and that time held up for all the rest of the year she did it.
Didn't Tim do real well last time when she had
that was after the competition, though.
Right, okay.
After competition, Tim did good. He should have gotten competition. He didn't. But what was fun is Tim, myself, Tim Rushing, we all did it. Ron Guinazzo comes up because we thought, we're going to beat you. And he was like third in line. We beat him because he lost a nugget out. You're disqualified. He marched off, and Tim and I just chuckled.
Yeah, he didn't have a whole lot to say about it after that.
Yeah, she was like, gone.
At Dig Fest, Debbie wanted me to do it. And I'm like, I can't do it because I think I know how to do that pretty fast for hers. And I didn't want to do it at our own hunt.
Yeah.
And take anything away from anybody.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't do it.
That was at a DTH one. And I ended up donating that panning kit to DTH this year.
Well, and I plan on doing the panning for it.
Yeah,
I'll do it this time.
And she's got a lot going on at that booth. There'll be something going on at the NACA group booth because they shipped to me, but I'm not going to try and even explain it. It's on them. There'll be some fun to be had there. So we'll leave that. They'll be giving lots of prizes. Mine Lab will give prizes. We got a lot going on that day, and it'll be great. There'll be raffles. I'll be doing some more really nice silver and a little bit of gold. I think there's a gold coin involved called we'll see. There'll be a gold coin given maybe at the meet and greet and one during the day at my booth. Sign up for the raffle.
Why do I get the impression that Alan's thinking, I know what it's called. It's called mine.
I did that in one of the other huts. I got his 2 peso gold coin.
Yes, he did.
Oh, nice.
Oh, then there'll be silver. There'll be silver dollars in the field. There'll be we'll let Mr. Rizzo explain how he's doing it. There'll be a Deus XP2 out in that field somewhere. There'll be all kinds. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that. There's going to be something in the field. But we'll let him explain the rules on that. And what.
Yep, they'll just have to stay tuned for details on that.
Yeah.
It's like this weekend I wanted to get out and do a little bit of hunting.
Oh, well.
And I never got out until the night hunt. I went out and picked up 3 targets and then walked off the field because I just wanted to get something for the weekend.
No, Dennis, he didn't have 19 seconds. It was, I believe, 39 seconds, and he beat me by about 10 seconds. So, yeah.
Wow.
But he had a good pan, and he didn't want to do it in competition. Well, all it takes is one slip, and you lose a nugget, and you're out. So,
all I know is that Debbie said when Chuck started the panning, boy, some of them ladies started to watching because apparently Chuck knows his moves.
I heard that. I just looked at him, shook my head.
Well, we'll find out. Maybe we'll do that when we go to Alaska, see who can do it faster.
I have done it in Nome. At the Nome event, I've done it in Las Vegas. I was out in Las Vegas. These are all national events. Trust me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've done a lot of speed panning, but I ain't 35 years old anymore. Especially if it's done differently there. There's 7 nuggets.
That's harder. That would be harder.
You betcha. Trying to get those things out, and you got to put them in the vial, and you got to hand it over.
Okay, you're not going to do that fast.
Which, if I remember right, little known fact maybe about Chuck. Back in the day, he used to be a competition panner.
Yes. Did it in Wisconsin. I won a couple. I didn't win in Vegas. I wished I'd won in Vegas. I was about 3 seconds off.
Yeah, but I'm pretty stiff competition.
212 signed up.
Wow.
I was like in 13th, 14th place. And you don't get a ribbon for competing. You either win or you lose.
You didn't get a trophy for competing?
No, hell no.
No, ain't no participation trophy going on in that.
I think it was when I do that in Nome. I did it I was up there the 4th of July and they have that panning competition. GPA puts it on. And you talk about some good panners, but
I'm sure.
Perry Massey and Tom Massey. Tom won it up there, and I think I was like 5th, 4th.
How big were the nuggets?
Nice peckers. They aren't big. Okay. It's easy to blow one out of there real quick. So, yeah, a lot of fun.
And, I mean, for people that don't know how easy it is, just ask Ron. He may tell you.
Oh, I will. I'll ask him when I see him.
If you ever got beat out by Tim Russian and Chuck Smalley and Tim Blank badly. But that's all right.
Yeah, he was hooting and hollering pretty good. And then next thing you know, he's like, "Well, I got to go do some detecting."
Yeah.
And
hey, Richard, how are you,
that
buddy?
was all anybody's seen of him for a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, but that was fun.
It was all in good fun, though.
That he just beat Ron. That's all he wanted to do.
Right?
So.
And the I hunt, if you're not going, you should. That'll be fun.
That'll be fun. You got it.
And just so everybody knows, for the I.P hunt, we will take registrations at the meet and greet.
Yes, we'll be set up. We'll be set up.
Right.
Doing it. I don't know quite how to set up because you got an outdoor veranda. Then we've got the indoor upstairs. So I don't know quite how the setup will be, but we'll get you put in there and have some fun and get you signed up. And we'll be doing similar like we do at other ones. Introduce, let people talk. Delek and Mark drop into Chicago, and they may run a little late to our meet and greet, but the rest of them all be there, and it'll be a good time.
Yep. And people have got to remember, too, if they want to participate in the I.P hunt, they have to find John and Alan because they are the ones, it's their baby, they're taking care of registration, all of that. But believe me, if you haven't seen John before, you won't miss him.
No, you won't miss him. But we also did another thing for first place. We had knocked the logo on the hat. We had Team I.P on one side of the hat and champions on the other side. So the first place team will get championship hats.
Nice touch. I like it.
And that's something that John and I bought. It wasn't part of the prizes. I had those made and we gave those away to
Right. Thought that would be a nice touch.
Yes.
Well, with all that's coming together, we got a good group coming. We're getting people signed up, and that's still plugging along, but they're up in the, 50 range. So,
and there is another guy whose picture is on the screen who's going to run through that course too and do a sheet.
I will try. It depends upon how
we're going to squeeze you in there one way or another, even if it's before we open.
There you go.
We're going to get you in to do it.
You saw what it's like for me.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, it's really tough. I mean,
we'll cover it. I'm drinking coffee, taking care of people. I said, I'll be back.
And just to tell you, if he does get on that course, we're going to let somebody that didn't finish in the top 4 get something for it for beating Chuck.
There you go. That's fine. That's fine.
Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
I look at the number and dig it anyway, because anymore, I've hunted enough gold. Gold ranges from 01 all the way up literally into the 30s and 40s if there's ironstone attached to it. It's really weird stuff up north. So you just basically dig everything.
Or depending on the size of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bet that horse sugar rang up great.
He said it blew his ears off, but he never looked at the number. He thought it was 18.
On
wow.
10?
No, on
no, that big, what was it,
Mike's.
7 ounce?
Mike's.
7 point.
Yeah.
I know Tim's big one rang up as a 16 on the 800.
Yeah.
And the one I found was also a 16 on the 800.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, we're talking, because that's another thing too. Depending on the geographic location that you're nugget shooting, that's going to affect your VDI as well. Because up there in Alaska, it's what 80 to 90% pure.
Yes,
depending on where you're at.
And it can be as low as 60%. If you get down in the Kennecott region, it's got a lot of copper in it, much like South Dakota. It can be in 60%.
Well, the ones that are mixed with the crystal, isn't that going to be lower too?
Not necessarily.
No.
The one, it's crazy stuff up there. Alaska's regions run from 60% all the way into the mid 90s in the very southern southeastern area on the lake going down. They got a couple places that's almost as good as Wyoming and Georgia have the two purest golds in our country. And Wyoming is like 96%. 96. Really? Oh yeah.
Wow.
Purest gold nature has. It's good stuff.
I can see it now. Maybe next year Digfest will be in Wyoming.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, that's too far away.
I actually got a place you can go in Wyoming and probably do that.
That's too far away for us.
Hewlett.
Friend
of mine out there in Hewlett, Wyoming. Give a shot.
Northern Wisconsin's pretty far. I don't think we'll go further than that.
Yeah, and I'm going to.
That's true.
I think Richard Kruckmeyer had a question for you on, did you use regular spray paint or was it chalk paint on your plugs?
It was regular spray paint.
Okay.
But it came off as you're stepping on it too. So it should be off of there real quick.
Good.
I know last fall it was gone by the end of the weekend.
Yeah.
Because all you do is hit it with your feet, with your shoes on, and it takes it off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean regular spray paint, it doesn't stick around very long on grass.
Yeah.
Right. And Dennis Grattencourt makes a comment, the small railroad spikes up north sound good too. Yes, they do. And if you get the right ones, they are brass.
Yeah, they'll blow up your machine.
And the thing about it is they sell them. Those things are highly collected because there's very few, and some even had dated tops of 98 and 99 on them. And those things bring big money.
Oh, yeah, the ones with dates definitely do. Definitely.
Okay. Randy DeMario is cis hunt, open hunt, and seated hunt. He's trying to get history on that park. There's two parks there, okay? There's Empire Park in East Moline and Heritage Park in Hampton. They butt up to each other. And
right, they're separated by a boat launch.
That's
road,
it,
I believe.
And the thing about it is, it's right across the river, well, a channel of the river around the island where that Battle of the War of 1812 was. But they have found bus coins. There was also a ferry crossing there, all kinds of stuff. So, Randy, that's what you got for history in that park. Keep looking it up. Then there's Lenwick Park. Check in with the ranger there. They generally give permission for detecting. There were 3 old rope tows for skiing in the 30s and 40s there. There used to be a Ferris wheel and a couple other rides down on the opposite end. This was all early on. And there's Toboggan Hill. There's also a sledding hill that's still used today on the Lenwick, which is the east side of the road. And the only thing they ask now, they've turned a lot of it into natural grasses and flowers. You don't dig in there. So, and you fill your plugs. But they've been pretty good about many, 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 many years letting us detect in those parks.
Oh, Dennis is right. It was a fun time. Those pinpointer hunts at night, if your knees are bad, don't do them.
No,
they're hilarious.
I went out and I got 3 targets and I got off the field.
Yeah, I did that.
I got one of the $100 token ones.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I got a $100 bill.
There you go.
And then I got off right away.
Yep.
I lasted about 2 minutes in there.
I did it last year, got about 5 targets, got up, and my left knee was screaming. I'm like, no more.
Oh, no, I just wanted to get something. That's so I only went for 3, and I said, I'm done. I got a Kennedy $50, a Barber quarter, and a silver round that would got you $100 when you turned in the silver round.
Okay, Randy.
Well, you did all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fun. I just wanted something.
There was a mean old man taping the lights on the pinpointers. Who was that, Dennis?
Oh, that was me. Mindy gave me the job to cover up all the lights on the pinpointers.
Oh, boy.
The only ones I didn't do is I made them turn them on and make sure that the acupoints, that the lights were turned off.
There you go.
And then I
there
told
you
them
go.
they could go.
Yeah. The acupoints have twin lights on them. They're bright. And
Yeah.
they work. If you're digging, you can actually turn them on and see.
Oh, yeah, you can.
I could have used one of them to make it out of the woods Sunday night.
I don't know if it'll help you that much. I don't know if it's that bright.
It was pretty dark.
Right.
But they would help you even in the night hunts. It's
Good.
enough light for that.
Good. But we're looking to assist. We're going to have Alan and John there with the ID Me and the Naka crew and Garrett crew and Gary Penta, and it's going to be a lot of fun. XP represented by Rob Rizzo.
The History Digger.
Yes, sir. He'll be there, and I don't know who else might be showing up. I'm getting surprises every day. Unfortunately, Gary had been invited. He said he would come if he didn't have to leave. He had to leave. They're redoing the season, so he's headed. He may even be up on island now, and I understand that, but he's going.
You see Rob Rizzo there? He has these little pins that you can put on your hat, and it says, "I may start breaking into metal detecting anytime." And he hands them out to everybody.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he loves handing those things out.
Yes,
he gave me a mug. He gave me a sticker, and he gave me a magnet for the refrigerator magnet.
Yep.
And a sticker, just like you said, or a little pin.
Yeah, Rob's a good guy.
Yes, he
Oh
is.
yeah, and
we'll have a lot of fun.
And we'll be having Rob on the show too, somewhere between now and swing into summer.
But then you got those two guys there, that RB guy and the ring guy.
Yeah. Phil has a question. Did they feed everybody with beans for lunch at DTH?
Yeah, they did have that.
They had it, but I had mac and cheese instead.
If you had time to grab lunch.
Yep. They brought me up. A couple guys went and got me a dog and some mac and cheese.
Yeah, there were no dogs left when we finally got up by there.
And I'm sure Dennis probably brought some
Wendy's.
caramels along to
Dennis
keep you
went to
wired.
Wendy's. He took a break, drove to Wendy's just to. Sorry, Dennis.
Yep,
if you're still on there.
Hot dogs.
I will haunt you, Dennis, forever. Oh, God.
I have been bringing. There you go. Thanks, Dennis.
Yep.
Guess what I had right before I came on here? 2 caramels.
And you know what? I found out afterwards. Yeah, I got caramels. That for $30 you could have stayed in the rooms,
the cabins, and they were pretty nice.
Nice. Better than most hotels.
Yes.
Beautiful. Full kitchen, nice rec area, TV, fireplace, multiple, bunk rooms, $30.
Yes.
Dang. I didn't know about that, or I just drove over, sat tight all weekend and come home.
Well, you were close enough. Why not?
It was 40-minute drive, but still a couple, 2-3 times back and forth. I have $30, sit there and chat with Richard and the rest of the crew that were there, and brought my fishing pole and done some fishing, but other than dirt.
Oh, then we should call you Frank.
Yeah. Yeah, Richard went in, made me a cup of coffee out of the.
And if you come to Dig Fest, they have a large lake that has northern and pike in it.
Oh, yeah, we know Frankie will be around there.
Already chomping at the bit.
Oh, yeah, there's big fish there.
Yeah, he's probably already custom making some ties for that one.
Yes. And you can even use, they have boats that you can use because we're letting people come in early on Friday, and you can get in and go fishing. You can use kayaks. There's canoes. And then I know one guy who wants to go out and he's going to do some diving.
Do we have to buy a Wisconsin license? I'm sure.
I don't think so because it's all
I don't
private
know
property.
if it's on the Boy Scout camp.
Yeah, it's all private property. They say no, but could the DNR be there? Possibly. So you're taking that chance on your own.
Bet they're there. I would take it. I would just go ahead and buy the $40 2-day.
Yes, and I think you do need to bring a coffee pot. Dennis is saying. I don't know that there is any in the cabins. I don't believe so.
Well, we'll get something there.
That
you
could
want to
make
bring a
for a
coffee
rough
pot
morning.
or Keurig or whatever.
Right.
Right.
What you go do is you go in and you get the Folgers. It's like a tea bag, but it's coffee.
Okay.
Hot water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know anything from that. I've never had a cup in my life.
Yeah, it's the where you take that hot water and dip the coffee bag like you would a tea bag, and next thing you know, you got a cup of coffee.
Scott, I don't know. We've never talked about it, so I'm not sure about that. We might. I don't know. We have some meetings coming up, so I'll bring that up and we'll let you know. Because I think it went over pretty well at the DTH hunt. So maybe we will do something with fishing.
Yeah.
I'll bring it up to the other guys and let everybody decide.
Did they have a prize for the biggest fish?
Casey did. They were giving away some silver.
Ah.
But I don't know what, and I think George's daughter was winning.
I think I'm going
to imagine that.
And just have K-cups of coffee.
Yeah, the last I heard, she was winning at 19.5 inches, if I remember right.
Wow.
Good for her.
Well, like I said earlier, yeah, she's probably now fishing way around most of the people in the chat.
20 silver coins.
Wow.
So I don't know. We haven't talked about it. We're actually going up to the campground beginning of next month.
There you go.
Just to go take a look. But we will have the trips again. We gave away a trip for 2, airfare and hotel, and you had a choice of Las Vegas or Orlando. And we gave away 2 of them. This year we're going to give away 3.
Cool.
As long as we can still get them. Yes, there will be golf carts available to rent. We've got the local golf course is going to be bringing them over and picking them up after the month. And they're going to rent them out because it's 1,800 acres.
Well, I'll tell you what. The other morning, setting up over at DTH's hunt, I see a guy go by on a scooter, electric scooter, going up the hill. He comes back by.
Yeah, that was one of our guys.
And then he went by with his detector on his back. He found a place to go detect, running the roads, checking out the sites. That was cool.
The electric bicycle, is that the one you mean?
No, this was an electric scooter.
Okay, because one of our guys brought an electrical bike.
And he was running around the site looking for the place he wanted to hunt.
Yes.
Nice. Well, that's a good way to do it.
They mentioned earlier that the girls didn't lose as much stuff. Well, I'll say one thing about what the girls lost. There were a lot of rings found.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see the pendant that Gary found?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it was silver.
Yeah.
And it opened up 3 different ways. And it was a religious pendant. And all 3 were different.
Well, that's cool.
Oh,
You
wow.
have to, I think Gary posted a picture of it, but you ought to tell him to bring it to show it to you. That thing was gorgeous.
Cool.
I've never seen one that
That
opened
is
up
cool.
Gary found it in the open hunting in the, the just before the seeded.
Cool.
It was neat.
Keep digging metal detecting
And
in
there
the
were
house.
at least, I think I had a rough
Here,
count.
then it says it's on the DTH page,
Okay.
the picture of it.
I think there were 8 rings found. Of
Oh,
gold.
no, it was more than that.
No, gold.
Oh, gold. Yeah, okay.
A bunch of silvers found, but
Yes,
there's like
bunch
8
of silver.
nice gold rings found. Yeah. It was pretty cool. And a couple pendants and one gold necklace. And yeah, they didn't lose as much as the boys do with pocket knives. And
There were quite a few pocket knives found
there
too.
were, but there wasn't as many as most of the boys hunt. And there weren't any neckerchief slides of any type like that. So, but there were a lot of nice silver and gold rings dug up.
Alan, Randy DeMario wants to know if both east and west side are open to hunt at Digfest.
We're undecided. We were going to do the older part, definitely, and because we were thinking about going back up next year and do the other half, but we're undecided. We may just open up the whole thing and still go back the next year.
Oh, it's so big.
Yeah, again,
Right.
1,800 acres, so that you're never going to hunt that out.
No,
No,
just scratch it.
But we're not sure exactly yet.
All righty.
That's why we're going up there to take a look at the campground and decide what we're going to do with it.
Let the people
and
know.
probably part of the reason why you've got a few meetings to do.
Yes.
Yeah, let the people know the dates of this hunt.
Oh, it's September 12th, 13th. 12th is the meet and greet. 13th is and I think we're adding a third seated hunt too.
Okay.
You guys,
we want to cap it at about 140, 150. I don't
you
think we
guys
want
are going to start thinking that I'm doing this on purpose, but I'm tied up that weekend.
Who is?
I am.
Well, untie yourself.
I can't. It's treatment.
Okay. No, you can't.
No, we gotta.
No, that's too important.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. I'm pretty sure it's that weekend.
It was a great hunt. They should be happy with that. And it turned out in the afternoon and got gorgeous.
And we're also talking the following year, we may move it into the end of August just to get other people chances to go that were going to England and all that.
Yep.
So,
oh, yeah. I remember you saying something about that.
Well, I tried to do it this year and the other guys outvoted me.
Yeah, got voted out. Yeah.
But next year we may be doing that. We've already talked a little bit about it. So we don't know yet.
I think it's a neat idea, though, because some of the people, they don't want to miss their England trip.
Right.
But if it's at another time,
they can attend.
Yeah. If it's at another time where it wouldn't conflict with their England trip, maybe they would like to attend.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that was my thinking, and I got outvoted. So we'll see about the following. We've already talked about it, so it may happen. But again, I think we're adding the third seated hunt, and that'll be, if we do it, that'll be the 100-year-old hunt again. So everything in there will be at least 100 years or older.
Yeah, which I think that's cool, seeing that come back.
Will be over 100 years.
Yeah. That'll be a good time right there.
Yes.
Yep.
There are still cabins available at Digfest. I think they're about half sold out right now. We got about, I think we're in the 70s signed up already. So we're way ahead of schedule because we normally don't fill up till August and then we get another late rush at the beginning of September.
Well, see, though, I kind of take that as a compliment in a sense that the hunt is starting to catch its own ground. Word is starting to spread. People are talking.
Yeah. Like I said, we're in the 70s. I don't know to what level right now, but the cabins are starting to sell out. And once you get out of the cabins, Dennis knows that town where he booked his. That's, I think, the closest town with a hotel, a decent hotel, and it's like 30 miles away.
Didn't you say that was also the nearest Wendy's?
Probably. Scott, no. There are some of the small cabins left. He saved the ones on the other half of the camp that are still available.
Oh yeah, and those are like 3-person, aren't they, or 2-person?
No, I think there are 2, but you can always rent a cot to fit a third. Like the one that we have booked. Now Chuck will be in that one. Frankie will be in there. A couple others. We have 6 beds, but we also could have 3 more cots put in if we want to. It's big. We've got the biggest of all of them because I booked that one before they went on sale.
Yeah, you were probably the first one.
Yeah, I just told them, that's mine, don't sell it, and it never went on the market. Because we were given, each of us were the ones that run the hunt, we were each given our own tents.
No.
Our own, the 2-person cabins. But I wanted the bigger one because we had running water, there's a refrigerator, and
no, Barb, this is at a hunt up in Wisconsin that Allen and company are putting on there.
Right. This is Makajawan.
Yes, Camp Makajawan.
Yeah, Makajawan.
And it's pretty far up north. For us,
northern Wisconsin.
It's about 4.5 hours to get there. Right. So from like where Chuck and you guys are at, 7?
4.5.
Well, you can go a different way though. You can go straight up 39.
I'll go up 39, cut over.
And no, I would go 39 all the way up past the Dells, and then cut over once you're north. It'll take off a lot of time.
Yep. Sorry.
You may get there in about 6 going that way.
Yep. So
nice.
We'll do the best we can. Well, boys, I'm going to back out.
Oh, yeah. It's getting late, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then it says 4.5 hours.
Well, you know.
Going that way. Going 39. I knew it would be faster.
Wow, you can't beat that then.
But that one's going to be good because that grounds had people on it from 1804.
Yep.
Since 1804, because it was a logging camp.
Yeah, it was a logging camp before it was a scout camp.
Take care, Mark.
All right.
Well, hope you.
That's all I know. But if anybody's got questions on it, feel free to message me, hit me on Facebook, whichever. If you're trying to book a cabin, you got to book it through the Boy Scout camp because we let them do all that and they get to keep
right.
And Dennis,
nothing to do with
Frank, he had the in on it. We're booked. Get in there. Early bird over. That's still going. What's going on there?
Early bird is over now. Yep. We extended it an extra 2 weeks, but it's over now.
There you go.
And we just had another rush last week of people signing up.
Yeah.
And people that are interested in swing into summer.
Get your tickets. You will have a great time at Swing into Summer.
And there's only about 2 weeks left for the early bird on it.
Right. And you'll have to deal with Chuck and I there, but you'll still have a good time.
Yeah, we'll have a good time, won't they?
Yes, they will.
And of course, Dennis is there. You can ask him where the nearest Wendy's is.
Yes. Dennis will definitely know where the nearest Wendy's is because that's his favorite restaurant of all time.
Well, and I guess that rounds out the trifecta. Now all of us have said Wendy's.
The early bird is June 8th. That's the end of that for Sis, and we got a lot of good people coming, and it'll have a big good time.
And thank you, Randy.
To find detectors and this kind of stuff. You can get in to ID me. You can do a gold panning competition if Debbie shows up. I'm not promising, but it sounded like she was going to. She's doing the final of her budget and that kind of stuff. So we're looking to have a good time. Bring your rain gear. I can almost bet sometime during the day you're going to get sprinkled on or rained on. Just the way it goes.
That's right.
It is coming.
I have to apologize to Dennis real fast. He's yelling at me.
Oh,
he told me he has control of the caramels.
My caramels went where your wife told me to take them. I gave them to Jill. Never even opened the bag yet, but she put them in the icebox. I will probably get a couple.
They are good caramels.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
There's no debating that.
See, Dennis, I apologized.
There you go. Well, fellas, you have a great night. Everybody go out and find something. Hope everybody's healthy and you can get out and do what you want to do. Take care, please. And have a
post your pictures of what you find.
Yes, please. We like to talk about you and your hunting, all of you. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alan, have a great one, brother. Josh, thanks for having us.
We'll see you soon.
You bet, bub. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Good night.
All right. Well, there went Chuck, there went Alan, and then there was one. And for all of us, it was all in good fun, Dennis. So I guess sincerest apologies from all of us. Dennis did happen to prove in the end of it all that he does have an ace up his sleeve, and quite an ace it is, definitely. Also, I was neglecting the chat a bit tonight, so I'm not sure if he was in there or not, but happy birthday out to Ian Aiken. His birthday was today. Very cool. Hopefully he had a very good day. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Sunday, we will be talking about the gathering in Utah with Terry Carter and Mark Hoover. We will have them on discussing the gathering. Should be an interesting show. Also in the pipeline at some point, we've got Gary dropping by. We've got Rob Rizzo dropping by. We've got more announcements to make about Swing Into Summer as we chug along closer to that time. And we'll see what happens. But for now, Sunday is the show at hand, talking about the gathering with Terry Carter and Mark Hoover. That will be an event out in Utah. I want to say around the middle of August. I had the dates. I can't recall them right now. I do have them, and we will share that flyer with that post Sunday, and we'll use that as the thumbnail. Also, if you folks have not seen the patch that Gary Penta has designed for Swing Into Summer 25, that is in the post on the Beyond Sight and Sound page. I'll throw it up as the thumbnail here on the stream and over on the audio side of the podcast, so folks can see it there as well. Very nice work once again done by Gary. If you've all enjoyed the show, make sure and throw us a like. It's always appreciated. You can follow us here on YouTube, the Beyond Sight and Sound page on Facebook, Metal Detecting Beyond Sight and Sound Facebook group, the wonderful podcast distribution services, join us on one of them, all of them, or none of them. The choice is entirely up to you. But we are very glad that you decided to hang in there with us tonight as we battled our tech gremlin and arrived fashionably late. But at least I got the room open in time so that everyone could still carry on and chat, and much appreciated once again to Dennis for giving us the spot prices right off the bat as we started the show so that we could keep everyone up to date on the spot prices. Stay tuned for more information and details. We're out of here. Have a wonderful evening, folks. We sure are glad you found us here tonight. Thanks for dropping by and joining in. If you like metal detecting, treasure hunting, gold prospecting, or even entertaining discussion, check us out Wednesdays and Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern, on your favorite podcast distribution services.